Welcome to Stat Plus, where we enable smarter conversations wherever you go. In today's video, we'll make a case for tracking interest rate transmission at a credit segment level. As the Reserve Bank of India evaluates different metrics to measure the efficacy of monetary policy transmission, a fundamental question emerges. Do aggregate indicators, like the weighted average call rate spread or banks' average lending rates, truly capture the nuanced reality of how rate cuts percolate through India's diverse credit ecosystem? The evidence increasingly suggests they may not, especially when stress levels vary significantly across different credit segments. The core limitation is that aggregate metrics present an average out view. They may look healthy on paper, but can obscure the fact that in some segments, repo rate changes hardly make a difference at all. This is particularly critical because not all loans are directly linked to the repo rate. Roughly 50% of outstanding bank loans, considering both fixed and floating rate portfolios, are actively benchmarked to policy rates. The remaining half operates on discretionary pricing. While conventional wisdom assumes that this latter group eventually catches up within a few quarters, evidence suggests some segments may never experience meaningful transmission, even across complete monetary policy cycles. Consider microfinance, where lending rates in the 25 to 30% range have persisted for over 5 years. Even when the RBI's repo rate fell to a historic low of 4% following the pandemic, these rates barely moved. Current transmission measures do not explicitly capture such anomalies. True transmission measurement requires direct metrics that track whether repo rate changes genuinely percolate to all credit segments rather than relying on indirect indicators that can skew the picture. The challenge is evident in the current environment, following a 100 basis point repo cut since February 2025. April June credit growth data shows that several low interest rate segments have slowed as compared to the same quarter in 2024. Housing credit growth has slipped from 3% to 2%, large industry from 2.2% to minus 3%, and lending to NBFCs from 0.5% to minus 2.4%. These segments, with average lending rates in the 8 to 11% range, are both capital intensive and tightly linked to benchmark rates, meaning banks have less flexibility to preserve margins here. These segments become particularly challenging for bank profitability during rate cutting cycles. Meanwhile, high yield discretionary segments have surged. Gold loans up from 20.7% to 32.7%. Micro and small enterprises up from 0.7% to 10.2%. And miscellaneous personal loans from 1.2% to 1.9% growth over the quarter. These segments feature lending rates anywhere from 15 to 25%, giving banks strong incentive to push volumes here, especially in a rate cut cycle where they can retain greater pricing power. This selective growth can produce the appearance of healthy rate transmission without delivering its intended benefits to the most vulnerable borrowers. This pattern suggests banks can strategically rebalance portfolios, constraining growth in mandatorily low rate segments while expanding in discretionary high rate categories, thereby preserving NIMs while creating an impression of healthy transmission. For true policy effectiveness, the RBI should track and publish credit segment level lending rates, and not just volumes, in its sectoral deployment of bank credit reports. This would allow policymakers and the public to see whether repo rate cuts are percolating to all credit segments, ensuring that monetary policy supports both financial stability and inclusive growth. Now let's hear from you. Have you ever noticed a real change in your EMIs for different types of loans when the repo rate goes up or down? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching. If you found this analysis insightful, please like, share, and subscribe to Stat Plus for more updates. Whether you're at work, school, the gym, or catching up with friends over coffee, our content empowers you to contribute meaningfully to conversations on a wide range of topics. Have better conversations wherever you go.